show, though.
Yeah, are you still recording this?
I just stopped it to do a cut, and I'm just now recording again.
Okay, so yeah, he's kind of recording
Okay,
it.
take two.
Take two. Actually, this will take about 5. Take 5 or something like that. We've tried.
Let me pose an interesting question out there for you American people.
All right. What?
When in Charlottesville, the KKK and white supremacists, they were marching down the streets with their tiki torches, and they were saying, Jews will not replace us.
Right.
Is that right?
Right.
Now, that's obvious to me that to everyone that the KKK and the white supremacists don't like Jews. But what's the story with them supporting Trump if Trump is the king of the Jews?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. Because today I was on the Tim Cormall show. He's out of Washington, D.C. I'm occasionally on his show. I'm not a total regular, but I like being on his show. And one of the people on there today was Sue in Rockville. If you go on your Twitter feed and look for @Sue in Rockville, that would be her. And she is of the Jewish faith. And baby, I want you to know, I told her on the air how proud I was of what she had said there, because she pointed out that, and she wanted everybody to know that the Jewish people here in the United States vote about 80% of the time for Democrats. They're 80% Democrats, 20% Republicans, and as she said, she doesn't know what happened to them guys. But that we have to remember that just like the United States has Donald Trump, Israel has Netanyahu. He is not a popular prime minister over there, president, whatever the hell it is. He is not popular. He's under indictment right now. The right-wing faction, just like the right-wing faction here in the United States loves Donnie, the right-wing faction in Israel supports Netanyahu, but they have another election coming up pretty soon. And his problems with his legal issues may play a factor in. But they're trying to, Donnie and Netanyahu are trying back and forth, trying to help each other out desperately as much as they can. Because both of them are in a sling and both of them are being investigated. And, you know, and I was proud. I told Sue because she was saying that most Jewish people in Israel, you know, agree with the two-state solution. And that the reason it can't get there is mostly politics and in the right-wing part of Israel political situation, trying to push the limits constantly into new settlements and stuff. And the only answer for that mess over there is a two-state solution. There is no other solution to that.
It's like North and South Dakota.
We got 2 of those. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the old Bill Maher's always saying we don't need 2. We could just make 1 Dakota. Sometimes that makes sense, though, I'll tell you. But everybody's proud of their state. But that is in reference to how many representatives they have, and in a state like California has, population-wise, meaning that the 2 senators in South Dakota and North Dakota, that's 4 senators. They represent not even the population of L.A. or you know, something like that.
But there you go. Let's just get rid of the Senate.
They have all that.
Yeah.
There's a reason to do that too, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, why do you need Congress and Senate? You don't need Congress and Senate. I mean, you need the in-between body between the president and the people. But why have 2 bodies? So much, one's for the rich and one's for the poor.
Come on, so you
one
sort
is
of
by population and one is by state.
that you know, that what you said, one is for the rich and one is for the poor, is not that far off.
I agree, John.
The House.
How do you come to that?
The House is made up of congressmen, 400 and something, I guess, or whatever, and thank you. Now those represent the people. Now everything in the House it has to be passed before it can go to the Senate. It's like the Senate is like a checkpoint. Okay, you can let them think they have a voice in the matter. You can yeah, it's a choke point. You know, let them have the illusion that they have a say in this. But as Mitch McConnell has brilliantly laid out and demonstrated, we don't give a shit what you want. And that's what it is. It is the Senate is the rich. That's where the bills get passed. That's where the loopholes get put in. That's where all the crap happens, is in there. The House, I think, is more of a people's house because it's controlled. It's controlled chaos. There's always something going on in the House.
It's like the 40s and 50s.
They both check each other.
In the 40s and 50s.
That's the way it was designed to do. Is they were supposed to check each other. But the way the law goes is from the House to the Senate.
The only real thing they need to fix is the bullshit of one person being able to decide what comes to the floor and what doesn't.
That's right.
not written down anywhere. That's complete bullshit.
That is bullshit. That is just it's anti-American. It's anti-democratic. You know.
That's almost a second president.
Yeah. He's in ways he's more powerful than the president. The president can always just look over and say, "Hey, I'd like to help something out," but Mitch McConnell over here just won't give us a shit. Ain't my fault. Talk to him.
Well,
hold on. We need this bill for the children. Oh, but hold on.
Yeah.
Let's pass this bill that we need to put in a new townhome.
Yeah. But sir, before we build a townhome, I want to attach a bill to build a statue in my. It's that kind of bullshit.
And I want to make plastic straws.
Yeah. That's what kills me sometimes about our process here is we cannot put a clean bill through anything. Anything that we can put up there that is a standalone bill that the people vote on and the people want without having a million amendments added to it before it gets out of Senate. And that way, like I say, that's where the loopholes come in. That's where the cheating comes in. That's where the deals are made, is in those details. And they're not put in there for you, baby.
So that they comply.
Yeah, Moscow mission. Yeah. Well, that's what baby. That's what this election is. 2020. As much as we raved about 2018 being so important, and it was because it showed the power that we have as Democrats, as liberals, as people with a sane brain, that want to see this direction, this country move on. But I believe right now what I'm seeing daily in the news is that crack. Travis, can you get to my? Let me ask a question. Can you get to my email, or I save pictures on my iPad? I don't know where they go in the magic world of Thomas's work. Got Donnie with his finger in the dam.
Yeah, let me go look for it.
All right, Thomas Morgan's some of his work, and I like this piece because it shows several characters in the picture, but Donnie has got his finger in the hole in the dam, and I will. I'll put it up on Facebook. It's real neat. I just got his permission to use his artwork a little bit while I write. I don't want to step on his. That's his work, and I'm encouraging. I encourage him.
Oh, there's a few of them here where he's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's one there with I think it's
I did.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Put that one up on the screen, because I like who's in the picture. But Thomas Morgan, his brain, the way it works, baby. I'm just so. I'd like to be sitting in the room with him, popping up a bowl, and and watching him do his work, because it's damn well amazing. I
just want to say, hats off to Travis, because man, if it wasn't for Travis, I don't know how this would all happen.
Well.
And big salute to Travis Hughes. I'm holding up my Dos Equis.
I really appreciate it.
He appreciates it.
I try my best.
He does. He works very hard at this to try to make it all work. And if it was,
he does that sort of thing.
Yep. Yeah. If it wasn't for him, I'd still be sitting out in the shop trying to kick my iPad in gear. As a matter of fact, I got to admit, I am kind of waiting for winter to come so I can go back down to my shop and do a rant. It has just been too damn hot, and every time I think about it, I go down there to see if I could set the camera up, and I go, whew, no airflow, no nothing. But hey, I want to give a shout out because I know we're not live, but it will be uploaded to @SexySportsFan on Twitter. On Twitter, as a matter of fact, I'm going to text her because the other day we had the power go out here. I was coming back from the town and I got stuck behind a house. They were moving a house down the road, and I was behind it forever before it finally creeped past my road so I could turn. And I turned in down the driveway, and everybody's standing out on the porch, and I said, "What's up?" And well, the power just went off. Oh, no shit. They were just moving a house down the highway down there. So I knew it was related. And so we were out of power for about 4.5 hours, I guess. And the only thing that worked was that little, what is it called? That air cooler thing that Sexy Sports Fans sent.
That little box.
That
AC,
little, yeah, little box water evaporator thing that @Sexy Sports Fans sent us. And it plugged into my computer, which had a full charge, which lasted the whole time. So that was it. Was aimed right there at the table. It kept right at Mama, and of course we get the side. It benefited us all. Kept us a little bit cooler than we would have been without it. So big shout out and thank you to her. That was pretty cool. But
John.
yes, sir.
What I want to do is bring up another subject on the same matter, though. What's the story here with, I believe that Donald Trump has started the Bill Barr into obtaining dossiers on the reporters for CNN and certain media people. Did you see that? And he's getting a background dossier on these people?
Well, I wouldn't doubt he is, but no, I have not seen that story.
It's on this. It's someone posted a link on Discord to a story about the Donald Trump suggesting we drop a nuclear bomb into tornadoes.
Yeah, and the hurricanes. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's our president, baby. He wants to drop a nuclear bomb right inside in the eye of a hurricane and let the
that website. That website, if you go onto that page of that website and scroll down,
right,
the story is there that Trump has asked the FBI or whatever it may be, I can't remember who it was, but to get a dossier on like all the reporters and all the people that give him a hard time.
Probably have those anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm not surprised at all over that.
They did a background check when they got their White House clearances.
No, he's looking for dirt. He's looking for dirt on these people. Yeah. He wants to own them.
Yeah, that's actually it's nothing new. Nixon did it, you know. I would imagine a lot of.
Yeah, if I had 17 Secret Service agencies at my behest, I would be looking at shit too.
You'd know about it. He's that kind of scumbag though. What's that?
That's how Epstein worked.
I just said I keep telling myself I'd like to go on. You know how when they had Obama in office, you could like get onto the website of the White House and you know tell them what you're. I'd be picked up by the FBI tomorrow.
Me too.
I'd call him everything.
Yeah, you see all them press briefings we're getting nowadays since they got a new press briefing, and that's new press secretary. Yeah. Them briefings are coming out all the time. Now, that ain't happening. Yeah. Because this administration doesn't want to tell you shit. Donnie wants to rule the world. That's what it is. Donnie wants to rule this part of the world. You know, and he thinks he can end up doing it. I guess the United States, Mexico, Guatemala, everybody down here. Yeah, we'll just lump them all in, and Donnie can be the ruler of the world.
We really want Denmark.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's a deranged individual. But the more he goes after, the more we hear drastic stories, like uttering like, I hereby order all businesses to find someplace else. You know, and then to turn around and say that yes, I can do it, and actually quotes the law that says he can, that makes the market very, very freaking nervous. So what do you think's going to happen come Monday? You know, the market's going to open. Donnie's threatening to shut shit down. You know,
he made sure his Mar-a-Lago and all his mega hats full of stock before he said that, though.
Yeah. Well, you know, I seen a cute little picture on the internet the other day where their factory over in China is sewing all the big Trump 2020 banners are going to fly. It's that kind of hypocrisy. With all of his shit.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, is he still going to take those banners, or is he going to say?
Oh,
no?
sure. No. Just because he wants other people to do it doesn't mean him.
Yeah.
Or Ivanka, where she has all of her shit made.
The hypocrisy.
Yes. It screams out there, baby. It does.
Where's CNN now? Where's the bad CNN now saying, Mr. President, are you still buying your shit from Hong Kong and China or shit, whatever? Where are you going to get your product from now?
Well, somebody called him out, that NBC, I guess, the other day, just when he was doing his chopper talk, and he just lashed out to him. As a matter of fact, my iPad.
Yes, you're just fake news.
You're just fake news. You're the worst guy too. You personally, and that kind of shit.
I haven't got the appropriate lie for you right now, so piss off.
Yeah, that's it.
I would laugh if one of those reporters jumped out and said, "All right, I'm gonna kick your ass."
No
right on
shit.
camera. I'd laugh.
Yeah. Well, I keep saying, why don't we need more of those reporters asking him, why do you continually lie? Because that's basically what the reporter from NBC was asking him, is how come you keep lying? Because the facts are right here. I can't remember the subject matter, but that's what the pretense of it was he was calling him out. It almost was in my head. But the reporter was calling him out for, when he called out Toledo instead of Dayton when the shooting. Because he was always harping on Joe Biden for making gaffes, and the reporter asked him, how do you feel about your own gaffe when you said, Toledo instead of Dayton? Well, you're just fake news, and you're the worst guy. You're just trying, and it started from there. And then he turned on to CNN and said they're just as bad, and blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it just.
And it's funny because he loves Fox when they're kissing his butt, but when they're not kissing his butt, it's like, oh.
No, that's right. Well, that's the rule. That's what our country has come to. Is if you don't kiss his ass and go along with him, then you're anti-American. He's going to make up a name about you. He's going to tweet all about you. He's going to fight against you wherever he's going to primary your ass, whatever. That's the way he's keeping those Republicans in line. But the Republican Party doesn't. The more they let him do this, the more it screams to the rest of the population what cowards and what hypocrites the Republicans are over all of these years, proclaiming their morality and their integrity and their fiscal responsibility and all of this other bullshit that they have spouted over the decades of my life. It is finally being shown for what it is. They're a bunch of liars, cheats, and thieves. That's what they've turned into. They are accomplices in this shit. They are willing accomplices. They are not standing up. I understand old Joe Walsh said he's going to come out and primary Donnie. What's that?
They are defending, they are supporting the equivalent of a Benedict Arnold.
Yeah. That's the way I look at it. They're supporting a wannabe dictator to this country.
Yeah. And Joe Scarborough has once said it's going to be the ruin of the Republican Party. It's going to kill.
Yes, Jackie, it is, and that's what I don't understand. Is this the guy that the Republican Party is willing to fall on the sword for? I just don't understand that.
It goes beyond that, John. Is this the guy that you want as the American people want as a president? It goes beyond the Republican Party. It's, where's this
is our country, and that's what this show and others like it are just like. I was on the Tim Cormall show, and I tell you what, I was so proud of Sue in Rockville. I don't have her whole name. I'm so used to calling her Sue in Rockville. But I'm going to read you a little something today. It was, every time on Tim's show, you have to have a Twitter friend of the week. So you got to go digging around Twitter and find somebody that said something that you like. And so when you're on Tim's show, you can call out that person and go, I like what this guy said. And today, my Twitter friend of the week was John Pavlitz. And he's an author. And yes, he's a good guy. But I liked what he said. And it stuck with me. And let me read that. It says, may we never applaud somebody's suffering, never weaponize our religion to do harm, never grow comfortable with hearts that are only capable of anger, and may we never become as miserable as those who support this president. That sums it up for me. Because that's the way I look at him. May I never be as miserable as the people that support this man, knowingly at this point. You know, early on in his presidency, you know, we could all kind of shovel it off as, well, you were conned. You know, you didn't know, and you're hoping he's going to do right or something. You know, I'm going to have faith in him. Well, guess what? That's out the freaking window. It ain't going to happen. He's a thief. He's a liar. He's a con man. He's everything that we said he was before you voted his ass in. And, you know, it just, as it's coming out daily, you know, in the news, that you're seeing more and more people coming out against him because they can see the handwriting on the wall. That Joe Walsh, a Republican ex-congressman, he said he's going to primary Donnie in the election. So, you know, there's one. You know, let's get up there, Flake. Let's get a whole bunch of you up there, because evidently it's going to take a mob before y'all have balls enough to stand up together. You know.
And the last mob couldn't stand up. 64% finally have have supported. Basically, they are tired of him. They are sick. They are tired of hearing this every day. They are, and it's okay. That's 64%. There you go, Pelosi. That's 64% of the country that says get his ass out. Yeah,
yeah. And, well, you know, Pelosi's taking a hit on all this shit, because the longer this goes on, the worse it looks. And I myself, I'm tired of this shit. You know, how long are we supposed to wait for this impeachment crap? Until his term is over? I don't think so. You know, this is everything that this country and everyone on this side fought for, to get to those people in Congress. You think they're just doing it because of some other bullshit reason? No, they wanted to take control of Congress because of Donnie's ass, to make a move on him. And here we are, damn near through his presidency, and our Congress is still dicking around in there thinking about doing something. That's bullshit. It is time to, it's past time to do something. Huh?
It's time to pull the trigger and get to it.
All right, wait, baby.
I don't want to talk over somebody.
Yeah,
remember when Pelosi came out, she said, when she first came out, she did not want change. She wanted to send him to jail.
Right.
Remember that?
Yes.
That's her motivation. She wants him voted out of office so his ass can go to jail.
Yeah. There you go. And, you know, what'd she say? I don't want to see him impeached. I want to see him in jail.
That's what she said.
You know, and that and
impeachment doesn't let him off for his crimes.
Yeah. Well, you know, you don't want to, you know.
They can still arrest him after they impeach him.
You don't want to get your powder wet, you know, and run in there and not be able to shoot your damn gun, but you know.
You can't arrest him as long as he's in office. Okay?
Yeah.
And what she's concerned about
take
is
him
that,
out of office.
Okay, but the Senate is the only one that can take him out of office, and we all know the Senate is not going to do that.
Well, I say push that, Bernadette. I say push that theory. I say push that theory, and
the whole
force
idea
him.
that he cannot be arrested while in president is an opinion from the Justice Department.
The indictment thing is a bullshit.
It's not a law.
Yeah, no, it's not a law.
We all know the Senate is not going to impeach. They're
No.
not going to remove
They may not be able to impeach him, Bernadette, but I would love to see.
Said, get
Bernadette.
your asses out to the polls and vote his ass out of office.
Well, that's what we have to do, but
The Senate does not vote. First off, the Senate does not vote to impeach.
no, actually, it's
That's
the
not how
Supreme
it
Court
works.
that
Here's how it works.
Yeah.
Let's
I
review.
know how it works.
The first thing that happens is the House will form a select committee on impeachment. That committee will then conduct its investigation. It was during the investigations just like that the crimes of Richard Nixon were exposed.
Amen.
And he resigned. And that's what we need to do. I don't give a fuck about the Senate.
I am 100%. Don't get me wrong. I'm 100% about impeaching his ass. If nothing else, it puts an asterisk on his ass, and his presidency is marked for life.
Right.
Okay?
It
I'm
needs to
all
go on
for
the
that
Yeah.
shit. But we know that the Senate is not going to remove him from office.
No.
Okay? So
No.
it's
I don't
up
know
to
that,
us,
because the trial will be
the
presided by
guardians
the
of liberty,
Chief
to
Justice.
take our asses to the poll and take a friend and make sure we vote his ass out of office.
That's what we
so
all need to do,
we
baby.
Can get back to putting his
That's
ass in
exactly what we
jail
need to do.
when he's out of office.
But my opinion on the impeachment hearings
I'm with you
is
on
this: is I want to see on TV every one of these Republican senators, after all of the evidence is brought forth officially
right.
in impeachment articles, for them to stand up and identify themselves as supporting that shit. And so every Democrat can run it in a commercial wherever wherever they are.
Correct.
You know, let's put them on camera.
Another thing.
Yeah.
When the articles of impeachment are issued by Congress, they are an order to the Senate. The Senate must try.
Yeah.
They must take
This is something that Mitch McConnell cannot.
Vote.
Yeah. This is something
and
Mitch
this-
McConnell cannot deny.
He doesn't have.
Won't even preside over
And
it.
then there's
It'll be,
only a 2-year
Chief
limitation on it.
Justice.
Yeah.
It'll be the Chief Justice that presides over it.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
I'm fully
Correct.
aware about
Yeah.
how it works. I'm just trying to explain what Nancy Pelosi's
Yeah.
issue was.
Well, baby,
Don't jump on me. I say
Oh,
that.
no, nobody's jumping on you, baby. Nobody's jumping on you. We
Impeach his ass,
admire
and
your
stick up his ass, okay?
That's what. That's it.
Put him on a
But
board.
your basic premise is very true. The most important thing we can do is rise up and vote his ass out in a landslide. It can't be anything less than that. Anything less than that, we're dicking around and we're not taking it serious. We have to motivate every person, whether I don't care if you're just turned 18 years old and this is going to be the first time, baby. That's the most important time you should vote, because this is your future. Climate change is a big thing, you know, and we see it every day. You know.
What's his current?
You know, he's gonna say it's rigged, and then the military is gonna have to go in and remove his ass.
I want to see it. I want to see it. I'd pay pay-per-view to see that.
Oh, you look, John. I pay for your pay-per-view.
There you go,
okay?
baby.
I'd go back on active duty to do it.
Yes, I would too, baby. Put me up in the front line, baby. I want to be the one knocking on the door.
Wayne will join you.
There you
What's
go.
his current poll figures like, guys?
What's that, Dave?
I'd like to be the guy that walks in and tells him, "You need to stand up because I'm cuffing you, and I'm gonna make it hurt."
Yeah, I'm going to squeeze them cuffs real tight. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, bang
And
his
don't
head
watch
when
his
he get
head
in
when
the
he gets
paddy
in the
wagon.
Yeah,
car.
isn't that what Donnie said?
Right.
Yeah, you
It's
don't have to
gonna take
watch
two
their head
hands.
so much, you know. That's who
It's
he
going to
is.
take 2 sets of handcuffs to cuff his hands
Yeah,
behind his
probably
back
him.
because he's so fat.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll try again. What's his poll numbers like now?
Oh shit, I don't know.
Tank.
They're tanking. I think they're going down. His poll numbers are going down.
Yeah, they
Is he-
said
On
they
in
were
the general
going-
public, within the Republican Party, he is still running a very high number. So we need to
I
remember
think
that.
so.
90% or something like that.
Yeah, they love
John,
his ass. But go ahead, Bella.
I seen a poll on Mitch McConnell.
Oh, did you? Please don't tease me. Don't tease me.
16%
I-
approval in Kentucky.
I love it, baby. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, hip hip hooray for Kentucky, baby! If you're living in Kentucky, we want to thank you very much, baby, because you're standing up for this country and the belief in our democratic system. Because as long as Mitch McConnell is in there, he craps on that democratic system every day. You know, and guess where those senators and congressmen should be right now? They should be up in that damn house, taking care of shit, but they're not. Because by the time they come back, well, you know, that gun stuff will be all over. It'll be behind us if we don't have another one before then.
Well, how much have you forgotten already?
Oh,
Go
shit.
back to 2000.
The next news cycle, buddy. The next news cycle.
Go
Yeah.
back a year and just try and recollect the things that you've forgotten about, and you watch how many things come up. You think, shit, I forgot he done that. Yeah, he done that. He done that. It's just you lose track.
Travis over there tuning his guitar.
I was about to say, I
That's,
never done.
yeah, that's at my house. Anyway.
It goes on all the time here, Tom.
Huh? It goes on all the time over there? Yeah. Yeah, you've never seen a guy with a guitar pick it up and play. They got 15 minutes of tuning it up just right before they hit that chord.
It's playing on the radio tonight at 9 o'clock.
Have y'all seen Buddy Davis yet? Buddy Davis has been doing his rants, and he sings outstanding. Of course, that's his profession, singer. That's what he does. So, you know, I'm proud to see Buddy out there raising his voice and using his guitar in his music to remind us. And I especially like the fact he's doing a lot of old, you know, protest songs from the day, you know, back in the 60s and stuff. Because we're faced more or less with the same situation. A dishonest president, a man that would lie to the people, and has to be removed. And that's where we are right now. So Buddy Davis has been doing an outstanding job, and along with Randy Kervin and Richard Anderson, Leo Sahaki, you know, besides Tim Cormall and Bob Kincaid and Velda. The list grows longer, and I can't be more proud of that, baby. If you can turn on your voice, do it. And
I was really upset with myself because I missed 2 days that I said I would be on because of circumstances beyond my control.
Well, yes, you had to help your friend there. Sorry to hear about that. You know, nobody wants that kind of reason, dear.
Joe had been sick for the last 6 months, really bad, and it was coming, but no, you know how it is. You just never know when it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen, and it still takes your breath away.
You got that thing tuned? No.
Sure.
The strings on this are so old. They keep going.
Play us a little something if you're going.
Yeah, it's gonna sound like ass because everything's out of tune. No, it's been sitting up here gathering dust for so long. The G string keeps going flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give it to me. I'll tune it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I'm doing anything, you're doing it with me, so you better watch what you say. I told you that's my condition. If I'm playing anything, you got to be singing.
Yeah, I told him the other day, why don't you tune your guitar up and play a little something for us every once in a while? He said, well, I will if you sing. And I told him, you don't know anything. I know how to sing. You know,
and I said bullshit.
Excuse me. I sing anyway. I don't give a shit whether you can play it or not. I sing it anyway. No, I'm not. I like, but it's, you know, the songs I know, you know. Well, he knows them too because he's been in my truck ever since he was a baby. So, you know.
He should know your songs.
Yeah, he knows who I am. Of course, my playlist it's all over the place. I got everything from Sinatra to the Asylum Street Spankers.
Woodstock.
Yes, got a lot of Woodstock. You know, the 60s. That's where my generation is.
All those artists, yeah.
That's my, you know, I grew up listening to that music, so yeah. But, you know, I'm not that old.
You got Sinatra, I got Perry Como.
Yeah, Perry Como, you know, crooner. Yeah, I like Sinatra.
Yeah, Dean Martin, too.
Yeah. You know, as a little trivia hit there, Dean Martin, let me see, was it Dean Martin? Yes, I think it was 1960, whatever the fuck it was. The Beatles were on top with one of their big hit singles, and I can't remember what it was. I just remember the little trivia that they were knocked out of #1 by Dean Martin's "Everybody's Got to Love Somebody Sometime." It just hit a niche, and can you believe it? Knocked the Beatles out of #1.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, and so you never know, you know. So, my favorite song in the world.
What do you think of Bill Maher the other night with his new rules?
Oh, hit me again. Remind me what he was talking about. Yes, I did. What? Huh?
You can have his vote.
His what?
You can have Bill Maher's vote. It saves the world.
Oh, yes. If he bring marijuana, no, climate change. Yes, if he put climate change, if he became the hero of the climate change generation, he would vote for him. That's what Bill Maher said. And yeah, Well, because what is the most you know, if we really stop and thought everything through, the biggest crisis facing us right now is climate change, is the weather. Not the weather, climate.
The number one.
Yes, it's the number one thing, and every time I turn around and look at the more news, it's more dire. I just read something where somewhere is melting 6 times faster than they projected it would at this time. Antarctica. You know, it's getting damn serious. You got the Amazon on fire, the rainforest on fire. We got ice melting all over the damn place. What do you think is going to happen?
We've also got Russia on fire.
Yes, big
Siberia.
fires over there.
Yeah.
You know, it's adding to that. Oh, you're gonna.
And you have the president talking about dropping bombs into hurricanes.
Yeah. Let's throw a little nuclear waste in there too. So you know that wind can just.
Waste, John?
What's that, baby?
If you the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
Every fish in the Pacific Ocean is now contaminated.
Oh, that's
with,
Fukushima.
Radioactive. Or radioactive.
Yeah. That is.
And that is going to go. There's 2 outlets. There's 2 drains on the Pacific Ocean that goes up and over Canada and stuff up that way and down around South America.
Yeah.
And if we don't get that stopped, that's going to make worldwide.
Yeah, the Gulf Stream it's spread. It's a conveyor belt.
Of the Gulf Stream.
The whole way our oceans work, our environment works is the Gulf Stream. You interrupt the Gulf Stream, we're in bad shit. You know, but there's so many things that are happening that could when you put them all together, everything from temperatures to bees dying out. You know, we're looking at a projection here of we're going to kill ourselves. We're going to make this apocalyptic place that we all fear just by our own ignorance of not being able to, you know, get a handle on what's going to kill us. And
then Trump lets the nuclear agencies
where are you going?
Protect them, look after themselves.
Well, I didn't get to see it because Bill Maher was on, and I know CNN is gonna rerun this special, but they had a special on the other night that I plan to watch because it's very interesting, and it talks about the rules and regulations, especially where the EPA comes in, that Trump has destroyed. And what it's already cost one man his life. Yeah.
Okay. Can you empty this for me?
Not a problem, baby. Hand it over here. Let me run it out. No. I'll run that trash out, baby.
That special. It was
Stop worrying about the dogs.
Yeah.
Stop. You gotta stop. You can't live life like
we don't
that.
worry about this dog, man.
Yeah.
And neither can he. You can't live life terrified.
That's right, baby. You can't live life terrified. So that makes it that's okay, Bernadette, baby. We're trying to play the game with it, baby. We're just mellowing it into the conversation.
I was actually talking to my grandson.
Yeah, well, we knew you weren't talking to us. So. But that was great. That's okay.
But we can't live life terrified. But it is terrifying when you have the president of the United States talking about bombing hurricanes.
Yes.
Fucking idiot.
He is a moron. Anything will come out of that man's mouth. He'll pull shit out that just,
I think he just likes to hear himself talk.
He does, and he likes to say outrageous shit because of the reaction he gets. He wants us in a chaotic. He wants us in a chaos world.
His people that work with him should be running away from this man in protest. If they wanted to do something,
if you work in this White House,
every last fucking job up there.
My personal opinion of you is not very high. If you work in the White House for this man, you're not very high on my list of people I'd like. You know, because I could see, the world can see what's going on. The world can see it. And that little Stephen Miller, that little Nazi sucker comes out there talking about, how he has to detour immigrants coming into this country and it's the only way you have to do it. We have to be rough enough. Bullshit. Get that Nazi out of our house and take your daddy with him. It's just bullshit. It's disgusting. It's embarrassing every day for this country and for every American here.
Say, oh, by the way, we're taking your passports. You can't come back over.
Yeah. But just like... What's
a
that?
long time
They,
ago.
they have done that to Americans.
Okay, wasn't there a guy one time that was lost his citizenship to the United States, and no other country would take him, and so he was put on a boat and was just taken out and just rowed around the ocean?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Story.
I heard there was a guy in an airport one time that couldn't leave. You know.
I just remembered as a story from my childhood.
Yeah. I remember the story of the guy, I think it was in I can't remember exactly what airport it was, but this gentleman, as a matter of fact, I think they made a movie out of it. Because he couldn't leave the freaking airport. Yeah, yeah. Was it Tom Hanks? Yeah, I knew it was a big movie or something.
JFK.
Yeah. But, you know, there's a song about old boy up in Boston that got on the subway and when you had to pay a nickel to get off, and he couldn't get off, so he just rode the rails, baby. So I guess that's where we're all on this ride, but we can't pay to get off, and that's the problem. You know, the amount that they require for us to get off of this roller coaster is too much. The only people that can afford that are those that donate through the Citizens United campaigns and shit like that. That's
actually getting off the ride is free. It's parking that costs.
Yeah, they get you one way or the other, Jen. I'm telling you, baby. We're gonna get screwed either way.
I'm just waiting for the nickel to come back in the bathrooms and at the
Yeah.
bus depots and train stations.
Gonna have to pay to go. Ain't that sad, baby? So, you know,
Mate,
if somebody out there,
so sad.
somebody's advocating for it.
Do you get free Wi-Fi in America anywhere?
Yeah, if you go to Burger King or somewhere like that, you know, they'll have a Wi-Fi signal. But as a system across the United, no. Internet service out here, especially where I'm at in the rural areas, it's pot luck, baby. You're lucky you're not on dial-up, is what they'll tell you. You know, I have one choice for internet service. That's it. You know, unless I go back to satellite, and I can't do that.
Yeah, let us not forget that the liar in chief, that was one of his lies, if you recall, that he was going to support coast-to-coast internet.
Oh yeah, well, you know, he's investigating that now, looking into it.
I have one choice, and that is satellite, and that's all I got out.
Yeah, see, and that's rough. I mean, you know, it beats dial-up, but you know, we had HughesNet for a long time, and but I could not have that system doing this show because we would go over on Monday, and you know, you have. It's like having to put quarters. Uh-oh. We got somebody with big time feedback.
You're being trolled.
We're paying $200 a month.
Yeah.
And we hit our data cap, and we're down about a week.
Yep.
Every month, and we're paying $250 a month.
Yep. That's what HughesNet is. Yeah. They tell you. Is that Mitch?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Hey, Mitch. You got your speakers on there, buddy. Anyway.
Guys.
The cable companies should be required to have truth in advertising and just rename themselves the Fuck You Cable Company.
Yeah, you know.
Screw You Cable Company.
Oh, you didn't get your service today? Too freaking bad. Try tomorrow. You know, it is. I don't want to badmouth my internet company. Without the one that we have out here, we wouldn't get shit. It is broadband, so I'm thankful for that. But yeah, it cuts in and out a lot, and I swear, if you're not right on time with that bill, boy, I have a feeling they kind of put the squeeze on your ass.
What really cracks me about it is that, okay, look, I live in this town, 900 people. We're getting fiber optic cables laid right now, currently.
Right.
It's going to be active in February. The next town down is 11 miles, population 2,800, and they're getting fiber optic planted in. The fiber optic cable runs between our towns. There are about 10 or 12 farms between me and the next town.
Yeah.
None of those people can get Wi-Fi.
No, it's going to pass them right by.
The fiber optic.
That's ridiculous.
What the fuck is that?
What did we watch years ago? We watched them lay the cable. We watched them lay cable from way down 14 miles in that direction, going, shit, I don't know, 70 miles the other way. And we're right here. It didn't come this way. It didn't come down this highway. It's going on that main road. What's that?
A few years ago, AT&T was forced to lay fiber optic from San Francisco to Eureka, California. They went right past my house. This is on my road, and I couldn't tap into it.
Nope.
And yet I have the local telephone company.
That's what it's about.
Lines crossing my path, my property, and I have to grant them ingress and egress. And I gave up my telephone, my house phone, simply because between me and town, which is 5 miles, there's 15 breaks in the line. Yeah. I'd have static just on the telephone line, and when I had dial-up, that was not an option.
Yeah.
Because I actually worked for the provider that was providing.
Oh, no shit. That's rough. That's rough.
Copper lines.
Yeah, my service sucks, but I work for them. So.
Yeah, I know your service sucks.
Yeah.
The town that
my service sucks.
The town that I lived in prior to this was 5 miles north, 250 people.
Yeah.
And the terminal for Wi-Fi that served the town was literally across the street from where I was living.
Oh, really?
Right.
I couldn't get it.
There you go.
But they said, we will install it for you since you're so close to the terminal. That'll be $5,000.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
And that's on top of a monthly fee.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. And that's
and we play Lee Greenwood now. Okay, I want to hear Lee Greenwood while we're talking about this shit.
Yeah. God bless America, baby. I'm telling you. When we see the advancement in other societies around the world, as far as like Wi-Fi, internet access to their people, high-speed rail, there's so many things that have been.
The city of Milwaukee, when I lived in Milwaukee, proposed and created plans to wire the entire city in high-speed broadband for all citizens, whether you're in your private home or public place. The state of Wisconsin, which was run by the Republicans, passed a law barring Milwaukee from doing that.
See, there you go. There you
so
go.
So much for local control, hey?
Yeah.
We can't even pay for water, clean water in this country, and getting clean water to homes. Or do you really think that they're going to worry about internet first?
That's what we mean. It's the complete infrastructure of our country is going to crumble, and while we watch our lawmakers up there debate on where we can get the money from. I got a hint. Hey, how about half that defense budget? That would do it.
Yeah.
That would make a good start.
A tenth of the defense budget would do it.
Yes. Yeah. And it's ridiculous because he's going to want to increase the defense budget next year. He's going to ask for an increase in it again. And we go through this every cycle. Every damn time you turn around, they want to increase in the defense budget because it's a freaking con job. It's a good way to siphon money off the budget, baby, and it just disappears out there. It's terrible. How much we could do.
Well, we might be sending Moabs into the hurricanes.
Yeah. Well, Nuke. That's his idea.
Yeah.
A nuke.
Nuke, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! If I heard that shit come out of my boss's mouth, I'd have to say, what? Check this out. I can't work here anymore.
They asked that question today on the news there. I can't even remember what the hell they was talking about, but you could pick any subject and say, can you imagine if this shit was going on under the Obama administration? Can you imagine this going on? That Obama would come out and tweet something and the market would drop? Oh my God. The Republicans in Fox Spews and Bullshit Mountain over there would be going nuts. They'd be pulling their panties so far up their ass, they'd be coming out their mouth. That's what Rush Lipdick and them should. They'd go nuts. But watch this guy do it, and they're all too willing to watch him destroy democracy so they can line their pockets. Where are you going to spend that money, baby?
All it is.
It ain't going to be here.
All about the Benjamin.
It is all about the money, baby. That's what it is. And that's you know.
Something else.
What's that?
You know the women that are out there that are claiming to be Trump supporters?
Yes, I see
Do you
the
know
picture.
why? You know why they're sticking with him? One of the reasons?
Against abortion.
Oh,
no.
They want to overturn Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, well, that's some of them.
It's because of David, King David.
Oh, yes.
He cheated on his wife. He killed the wife's husband, and all of that, and God forgave him for his sins.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see
and
God smite him down for his sins, and then maybe I'd be a little more believing in his.
And that's how a lot of them believe.
Yeah.
King David.
What?
Well, King David allegedly, because of what he did, even though it was the way Solomon was produced by the union of David and Bathsheba, David was not permitted to build the temple because of what he did. So he was punished while he was alive. He was very, very upset about that, too.
Couldn't build the temple while he was alive. Yeah. I mean, he ain't gonna build his temple. Let's hope.
Solomon built it, right?
I don't know. Like I said, I'd have a lot more confidence in the story if I'd see a little smiting going on. You know, a little lightning bolt come out of the, at the appropriate time and place.
John, you gotta be careful because that lightning bolt could strike you.
I know, baby. He's tried several times. I've heard his voice. Missed again. Damn. And better shot next time, baby. It ain't like if you looked at my life, yeah, he's tried to kill me several damn times, and I'm still here.
This ain't over yet, baby.
So.
My ass, though.
I don't know. Who knows? He might be ahead, and I'm just playing the game. But, I hate to tell you what my actual thought is. And that is, if there is a God, and my son just hit down. I shouldn't tell you.
No.
No. Well.
Where the hell is he?
Well, I'd just say I'd give him one opportunity to get on his knees and ask me for his forgiveness. Ask me for forgiveness. That's the way I look at it. So let's just leave it right there because you know where I stand. Yeah, I don't like get into the religion thing because I am an atheist and that's my belief.
Michigan, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
I don't believe.
What?
I downloaded the video and I've watched it several times. The interview with her, and
which one?
Probably the interview with her on CNN, and I've watched it several times. And she's probably a nice lady, and she makes nice pies at Thanksgiving, and and she's probably someone's grandma, and she has like this wig she's wearing. But the problem is, we had the civil rights legislation in the 60s.
Yes, sir.
And a whole lot of Americans rejected that. That's why the South went Republican.
Yeah. Are we talking about Gene Kramer?
Yeah, Gene Kramer.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't think she's a bad human being. It's just that.
No, well, like you're right. She's somebody's grandma. She's she probably bakes a nice pie.
I think she's pretty stupid.
That too. It's more than stupid. That's.
But she was indoctrinated.
Yes.
Indoctrinated.
Yep.
She is a product. She is a product of what she was taught, and I stress that so much. That every day of our life, the thing that we could be most proud of, in my opinion, when I die, is looking across at my sons and seeing the life that they are leading, that they demonstrate, that the values that they believe in, and are willing to stand up for. And that's what makes me proud. That I've done, and I didn't make it big financially in the world, baby. But baby, when it comes to producing good offspring, I think I did a damn good job. And because they care about this world, and everybody in it, everybody,
I got at least 2 out of 4 right.
Yeah, there you go, baby. Keep striking.
They grew up and grew up and went away from mama and got married and developed their own weird thinking.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. That's what happens, baby. But that doesn't change your love for him, does it?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no, baby.
It just means I don't follow him anymore.
Yeah, you know.
I know. I can tell you one thing. Definitely that will improve things dramatically.
Yeah, getting rid of him.
I'm gonna pack myself a big bowl and smoke it.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go.
Hey, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, brag. Go ahead, brag. Probably somewhere where it's legal. All that kind of shit. I'm telling you. When Bill Maher said it again the other day. Whatever party does not pick up the mantle of marijuana is stupid. The Republican Party could pick up that mantle. The Democratic Party could pick up that mantle, and you could motivate a whole bunch of people to get their ass out and vote if they thought pot was on the damn ballot. And unfortunately, there's some that aren't going to vote unless something like that does happen. So let's go for the gusto. We all know it's stupid to keep it illegal anyway. So let's, have somebody in the Democratic Party have balls enough to step up and say, national, federal legalization, and remove it.
Bernie Sanders has done that consistently.
Well, there you go.
Bernie.
Well, there you go. There you go. Keep pushing it. Make it one of the on the platform. Put a plank down there. This is in there, baby.
Make it a large issue. Make it a large, visible issue.
Yeah.
The thing I don't understand is how Joe Biden, with Bernie having as big of crowds that he has, how the hell Bernie is still in the lead?
Yeah, Bernie is in the lead?
No, Biden.
Biden is in the lead.
Because,
you know,
he's got bigger name recognition.
Well, he's that, and people consider him a confident vote because they think he can beat Donnie.
Look,
and
if Biden keeps carrying,
goddamn thing.
What's that?
If Biden keeps carrying Scaramucci around with him, he ain't gonna be in the lead for long.
No shit, that's not good company to be keeping. He's switching sides, but I think he's just looking for more airtime.
Anyway.
He wants a path to have more airtime, be a part of it, be somebody. He liked his little taste of fame.
Who, Scaramucci?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I got pissed off at Bill Maher. Why the fuck are you giving that asshole an outlet?
Yeah.
Like, anybody who gives that dude an outlet, it's the same thing that why I can't stand the mainstream media nowadays is every time you're putting Trump front and center all day, every day, you're pretty much just advertising his agenda.
Yeah.
Even if you're talking shit, people feed off that drama. People feed off of the hate on him. This is entertaining as shit. Talk about, like, again, how long did it take for us to find out the rainforest is on fire? Jesus Christ,
Yeah, because it's been burning for a while.
Yeah, and I only learned about it like a few days ago.
Right.
So.
CNN always has them on.
Yeah, see, that's the same thing.
Yeah, the Trump of Brazil.
Yeah.
I say that same thing.
The president.
Now we have a Trump of Brazil. We have a Trump of Britain. They got one in several in Europe.
We have satellites,
Well, I don't know, but we better get this shit under control because, like I said, this is our planet. The number one priority should be saving our freaking lives.
The president of Brazil. The president of Brazil was funded by the Koch brothers.
Yeah. Well, that's been cut in half, hasn't it? Somebody told me, John, don't speak ill of the dead. I'm sure there was a great celebration. Satan enjoyed welcoming him down there as a fellow demon. I'm sure.
You know what? Somebody told me that about my brother-in-law one time, and I asked him straight out, what is he going to do? Come back and haunt me?
No shit.
I will speak ill of that dead motherfucker because he was an asshole in real life.
I'm sorry it took so long.
And I could say that because I was
because you can bank a whole lot of this climate change denial on his ass because that was his pet project. He paid a lot of money to make sure that he could keep that Coke business going, baby.
The reason we don't speak ill of the dead is because they can't defend themselves. Really, it's
fuck
just
that.
Yeah, fucking
fuck
anyway.
that. The man has left a legacy that has ruined this country and is trying to ruin the world.
Yeah.
His dead ass needs to be spoken ill of.
Yeah, I don't have any great words for him. Yeah.
I got my second Twitter.
Am I in the will? Am I in the will? If I'm not in the will, kiss off, asshole. You had your opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything goes to his brother.
Yeah,
they can't defend themselves.
So now they'll have an ultra.
Fuck him.
Nephew.
Yeah.
We can't defend ourselves because of the money that he has put into this
Thank you,
bullshit.
Citizens United. Those are the problems that we can't fix until we take complete control of this shit. And I don't know if we've still got to deal with the Supreme Court up there that is still heavily laden on the right-hand side.
Which they did that too.
Yes, they did, and they've done it with judgeships all across this country. It's just a matter of we have work to do in our house, and our house will not survive the storm if we don't start picking up the shit around here and batten down the hatches and crap. And that means take care of our house. And the only way we could do that is to remove the scum that is trying to destroy it. And that is Trump and the Republican Party. As a whole, as a party, have turned their back on this country and are willing to watch it go down the toilet so long as they get what? A payoff? They make more money? Yep. They can take their family off to some deserted freaking island so they can live happily ever after or some shit?
Something I just thought about, John, is that this man runs around talking about America first, America first, America first, all the goddamn time.
Yeah, that's a lie. It's about Donnie
his
first.
entire businesses are global businesses.
Yes, they are.
And
baby.
all he does is take money from the global market. The reason why he wants interest rates to be lowered is so he can get a better interest rate and he can save money.
Yeah.
He don't give a shit about America
he
being
don't give a
first.
crap about you, baby. Nope. You weren't in that tax cut that he gave that first big one there, and that's what the Republican Party did. Let's not forget that. We call it
made a song that says they don't give a fuck about us.
They
and
don't.
if y'all haven't heard that shit, y'all need to listen to it because it's absolutely true. And the man died, years and years and years ago, and his voice is still relevant.
What I say is they should, all these big money that they get, when they get into the Senate. I don't think they should get the big money. I think they should get paid what a normal piece and what a normal person gets, and then they'll start working for the people because then they'll see, hey, this only helped all of us.
Yeah. Well, I've always said it should be like NASCAR. They should have to wear patches on their suits identifying who's giving them all the money, because that's who they're voting for, baby. And these are the things that has to come from grassroots, baby. These kind of changes, these are generational changes that we have to do. And the more we delay that shit, the longer the generational, damage is. So, it's the stress of this show. It's the main drive of this show and others that I've been on and that I listen to. That is the main drive, is to save this country and to save this planet from the destruction that these people are trying to do.
Our house may have to burn down to the ground so that we can rebuild it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that either.
I don't want to see that.
That's what we're trying to prevent.
That might be what has to happen.
Yeah, it's a fear a lot of people have, darling.
Shit.
Whether you're talking about race relations or economics, relations, stuff like that. This is not only on a global thing, but it's tearing our country apart. And the sad thing is, we know we can fix it. We know we can. We're not doing it. Well, I say we are doing it. We're in the process of getting the tools that are necessary, the brooms, the mops, the buckets, those people that we're going to put forward. That's what we're selecting the best broom right now to clean house with.
How to make an effort to get the other 100 million eligible voters out
the vote.
Voting.
Put pot on the. Maybe they're all stoned. Let's put pot on the ballot. Maybe they'll get their ass up. I don't care what it is. They need to get their ass up. I'll fire that booger up, baby. Let's go.